You want happiness, do not expect somebody to give it to you. You want happiness, stay away from making comments that are negative, because they... The morning blessings today is my happiness comes from within. So, what do you think of that? This is a very strange topic, right? To hear. Or maybe you're not expecting to hear this, that your happiness comes from within. I'm on the stool this morning, because Hazel's brothers were there last night with her, and Curtis was sitting on the stool. So that's why I'm on this stool. I look taller, and maybe it will work. So here we go. So, happiness comes from within. So let us greet ourselves this morning. Good morning, beautiful, wonderful souls. How are you greeting your marvelous self on TikTok and Instagram? How are you guys doing? It is a marvelous self. You have that marvelous body. The greeting for yourself is how you greet yourself. Your marvelous self today. How did you do that? How did you do that? Self-greeting exercise. Look inwards and say to yourself. Say to yourself, here I am. I am one. I'm a marvelous human. I see myself. I appreciate myself. So you can breathe this greeting into you for yourself. You can take it. So as you're going, I am one. I look marvelous. I feel marvelous. Instead of listening to the common thing and criticizing yourself, you have to say, I feel great. And that's what it is. That's important in all what we do, is that we have to remember we feel great. I know we don't always feel great. I know there are aches and things, hence why I ask for inflammation and focus and blood and all of that. But if we separate the sheaves from the wheat, then we have something to eat. So the sheaves in this case is all the negative things that we know we have, that happen to us, all the things we don't like. But if we let them cover that, it will take our happiness away. So greet yourself. I greet myself with love as you inhale. Hold for a pause, exhale. I release doubt. I release yesterday. Aikikai, a Japanese word of the moment. So you can say that over and over to yourself when you're feeling like, why am I here? I'm not getting it. Nothing makes me joy. Nobody brings me joy. And that is something we need to stop expecting for somebody in our lives to bring us joy. Is it coming in a bucket and they need to carry it on their head and bring it to us and say, here's your bucket of joy for the day. And you sit there and you feel joy. No, it's not going to work like that. I don't care if you married Prince Charming. I don't care if you married the Shah of Iran, if you can find one. I don't care who you got married to. And if you believe woman or man is going to supply you with happiness, or your children, or they're not honoring you, they're not loving you, they're not worshiping you. You want them to build you a big tomb, so big so the world can come and see, here lies the tomb. No. That is not it. Nobody is going to do that for you. You have to bring that to yourself. Nobody is going to come and say, good morning, wonderful person. Here's your bucket of joy. It comes from within. So you have to do this every morning. Soon your body, the true you, will crave this wonderful greeting. Those of you who have been practicing it for a long time, like Stacy and some of you, and Yuko and Loretta and Colin, practicing it because you hear it, that is going to make you get into the habit of it, and you will actually come to the point where it's automatic. You walk to the mirror in the morning in the bathroom, and the first thing you say to yourself, here you are, you amazing, beautiful soul. Here you are. It's like, I've been looking for you. Your true you has been sleeping all night, and then you found you again. Hello, here you are. Don't wait and expect somebody to tell it to you. Tell it to yourself first. What you say to yourself goes out to the world, and then others say it to you. You're looking for happiness. I am ready to have a marvelous day. What about that? I'm ready to have a marvelous day. Whether I'm going to the doctor or to the lawyer, to the candlestick maker, I'm going to fight with the school for my children's rights or whatever. It doesn't matter. even if it's a bad situation personally for you, a health situation, a financial situation, you notice your memory slap. You have to say, I'm going to make this. I'm going to do this. I'm having this marvelous day today. You have to remember that. Because we need to have those marvelous days. So say it 3 times. I'm ready to have a marvelous day. If you haven't said anything nice to yourself today. A marvelous day could be as you're running an errand. Everything just falls in place. You go here to do some shopping and you find, oh, I don't have to go to 2 stores. They have it here. I'm doing this and this is falling in place. I need a tomato. I've got this. I'm cooking this. I have it. What a lovely way to live, right? You're getting everything you want right there and then. I am ready to have a marvelous day. That should be repeated every day, 3 times. Your happiness comes from within. The happiness is an inside job and not found in houses, money, shoes, or other people. Your happiness is an inside job, a personal inside job. All of you guys, TikTok, Instagram, the world. I know we are hearing turbulent times. People are doing this. People are killing others. People are doing this. People can't speak. You might get killed. All of that. But at the end of it all, guys, is that your happiness comes from within. And money is not going to give it to you. Your husband worshiping you and doing all sorts of amazing things for you, or you doing for your husband if you're a man. Hey, nobody can do this for you. Your money will not give you happiness. Your houses wouldn't give you happiness. Your shoes or other people. Look at the world of the people that had so much. And they cannot rest. They just cannot rest. They're the richest people on earth and they can't rest. When Aristocrat Onassis, at that time he was the richest man, a shipping magnate from Greece, and his son, his only son, Alexander, at 24 years old, died in a plane crash. When they talked to him, he said, I would give all what I have owned and accumulate all my money to bring my son back for one day so we can hug him before we say goodbye. And we know the stories of the modern day ones. Robin Williams hung himself. Do you think that man that was on Mock and Mindy would do that? Or the one that made you laugh? Or all of that. And Anthony Bourdain going around the world showing foods and drinks. And nobody could sing like Whitney Houston. But all of that wasn't enough. They didn't have it. She in particular was always asking, am I good enough? And if you cannot tell yourself that you're good enough, it's not going to happen. A new pair of shoes may give a thrill, but joy fades unless you nurture happiness from within. So you have this new pair of shoes, you're dancing, and you have to do something to bring the joy of accumulating this thing. Just having a new pair of shoes is not going to change how you feel inside. You need to do the work. We concentrate on the negative. I had to be constantly course-correcting my cousins because they see the disaster before they see the success, and I am the direct opposite. So it was like a work. I constantly saying to Hazel, no, Hazel, no. And then Curtis, her brother, going, well, she might get charged. I said, well, then we'll wait until she gets charged. She has money. She can pay for it. Or she'll be overweight. I said, Curtis, and it's always for the negative thing. And you cannot do that. So, and you guys know, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you don't have to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. You want happiness, do not expect somebody to give it to you. You want happiness, stay away from making comments that are negative because they belong to you. They're not going to the person you made it at. So, I talk a lot about Stephen Hawking. Had every reason in the world to despair. Those of you who do not know Stephen Hawking, he was nailed in a wheelchair that spoke for him. He was a physicist. He contributed profoundly to the world. His happiness came from his mind and spirit, not the circumstances of his life. He was even funny. The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon was a physicist on the show, so he would actually have come and his voice or talk on the show. So that gave him joy. There he was, though. He had no limits. The world gave him a limit. His bodies decide you have a limit, and then they got a wheelchair and all kinds of things, and his limit was taken away from that, and he was free to soar. No one can make you happy. Happiness doesn't depend on someone else's action. If it does, then you are going to have to take the negative when they have that action. Encourage yourself. Find the tiny spark within you and nurture it into a flame. I cannot find anything in my life to be happy about. People tell me this. Yet, happiness is a moment in time. Happiness is a tiny moment in time. It's not a lot of things. It's just a little moment in time. That is what happiness is all about. So it's when you are looking at the moment, that's when you capture happiness. Happiness is not coming in a bucket that pours on your head. It's a tiny spark. And what it is that brings me joy, can I do it again and again and again? And that is how you make it grow. So happiness makes you feel great. You get a good feeling if you are able to sit for a moment and sip on a cup of tea. Maybe not that, or go for a walk, or jump, or smile, or call a friend. Whatever. If that gives you happiness, then capture it. And be grateful you recognize what can bring happiness to yourself. And find the flame of happiness and make it grow bigger. And let it expand from inside out. It's not going to come from outside in. You must become what you desire. So you want to be happy, send happiness outside. Compliment someone. Tell them something beautiful about themselves. Instead of saying, why are you wearing this? Why are you doing this? It's not the why. It's this looks lovely. Oh, I love that. You're bold, aren't you? Of course. Things like that. Happiness begins when you decide to own your own emotions. That is what it is. Emotion, choose joy over resentment, gratitude over comparison. Hey, don't go saying, Tessa-Marie, I'm so happy because I saw somebody and they did that. I'm saying, that's comparison. You're just comparing yourself and saying, I'm better than them. That's not happiness. That's your emotion being crazy. And you need to fix that pillar because it will not give you a fulfilled life if one of them is broken. Physical. Your body feels happiness when you nourish it. What it is you love. Like I said, it's no point I eat carbs because it's just not going to be my friend. It doesn't help me. I cannot eat carbs anymore. Like years ago, I couldn't have any dairy. Now I can eat a cow and all its milk and everything. But for some reason, carbs is a rebellion. Because it worked. Be careful what you're eating. Because when you were younger, you could eat different foods. That doesn't mean you have to continue your lifestyle eating the same foods. Your body has changed. And then after you eat, you're uncomfortable. Is that happiness? So a smile, a walk in fresh air, a deep breathing will all simple is acts to activate your joy. Your body feels it when you nourish it. Your body loves it when you pay attention to it. Mental prosperity, guide your thoughts. Take care of that shit. Because when your thoughts go way down the rabbit hole, there is only one way out, and it's keep going down and down until you are buried in the negative thoughts. Happiness grows when you replace negative things and chatter with affirmations. I am worthy. Okay, so you did something and you failed. You attempted to do something and for the moment it didn't work. Does that mean you're a failure forever? No, it means only now you know how far you can go and it's well, and then you can say, what now? What now? You're asking you, what can I do now in this thing? And happiness grows when you replace negative chatter with affirmations. I am worthy, I'm capable, I am marvelous. I can do this. I know I can. I need to find the angle. That's better than to walk away. Spiritual prosperity. Happiness deepens when you connect to something greater. So, if you don't believe in a God, which is, I don't blame anybody who doesn't believe in something like that. If you don't believe, you don't believe. It's not my job to make you believe. What do you believe in? Do you believe in the universe? Do you believe that love, that joy is yours? Do you believe everything? What you believe is what you will get. Happiness, it comes from within. You make yourself happy. You do the things to bring the joy to yourself. No one can do it for you. And that is the one thing we need to remember. We have to take care of ourselves and make sure our happiness flies. Because if our happiness does not fly, we will not fly. Remember that. Happiness deepens when you connect to something greater. God, your soul, divine presence, and you can inhale the light of the sun and exhale doubt and fear. Say, you know what? What is in front of me now is a sunny day. Clouds go away. The clouds of your mind go away. Spiritual prosperity deepens that when you look at somebody and you, instead of criticizing them for who they are, what they look like, why not look at them and see one thing about them that's good? Financial prosperity. Money is not the source of happiness. We know that, and you guys have heard it from me all the time. Otherwise, everybody could just use money to buy happiness. You can use money to have experiences. And when you get there, you better enjoy that experience. So you have decided you're going to go use your money to buy a marvelous dress to go to a wedding, and then you become a wallflower. You just sit there and you're dry. And if you look at your skin, guys, and you see your skin has no luster, like they would say, oil it. When you look at your skin and your skin looks like it has no luster, I don't care what complexion you are, you should not look like a dry piece of prune. Even if you have wrinkles, let the wrinkles get some oil. Use some castor oil. You use, what did they want in the kitchen? Olive oil. Use something on that skin to send luster. When you're sitting, when you have gone to a function and you have a beautiful garment, sitting in one place and, well, why did you go then? Enjoy where you are, because it's the moment of times that gives you happiness. You guys have heard me say it over and over. Happiness is not constant. Happiness comes in moments of awareness as we go through the day. Happiness is the best thing. Look, Yuko said about castor oil. I think May was a year of using castor oil. You can see the difference on your own face. You put it on at night. And when you get up in the morning, you just splash some water on your face. You don't look scrubbing it. What is that? Your body was healing itself. So happiness is just taking care of you. If you concentrate on you and you make sure that what you do, you think, you see, you hear, you smell brings you happiness, it's okay. Because the next moment, something might come that doesn't do that, because happiness is a moment in time. We all make love and we all go through ecstasy. How long does that thing last? Ecstasy is just that moment, right? That moment when everything comes to a point and it goes. But we remember it. But it was only a moment in time, and you cannot duplicate it again. That is why you have to harness your happiness. So money is not a source of happiness, but managing it wisely removes stress. A peaceful financial life allows happiness to flow unhindered. You do not have to wonder where the next payment is coming from, because you know you've got this. You put, like, today I'm going to call the people to do the furnace, to clean the furnace. But I have a house maintenance account, and I know there's money there for when the people come that they can pay. It's prepared. So the money I have, I'm using it to give me peace of mind. It's not giving me happiness. It's giving me peace of mind. I did my due diligence. I cleaned the furnace. So let us visualize a little. Close your eyes. Imagine a tiny spark of light in your heart. Ready? See if you can see it bright like a sun ray, a tiny little speck. With every inhale, that spark grows. So every time you breathe, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger, because that's how it goes. With every inhale, it expands, warming your chest, flowing to your arms. You're feeling nice warmth. You have a pain in your body somewhere. Imagine the warmth of the sun penetrating your skin and going directly to the pain with your eyes closed, and let it sit there and let it just roll around in the sore areas of your body and in your legs, in your arms, your chest. This is happiness, yours from within. You have pulled it in, you have it. And that bubble of light is just going everywhere. It's taking, you see it cracking the negative energy from your mind, bringing a smile to your face. You see it, you laugh and say, look at the sun, it's smoothing the wrinkle on my face, but it's from inside out because you draw it inside and you said, go do the work to bring me the joy. My happiness is within me. I release the need to seek it outside. So that is one thing you have to do, because when you look at it, your happiness is your business. Guard it, nurture it, live it. What it is, you need, sometimes happiness means you need to set boundaries and say, no, not today, maybe next week, perhaps yesterday, and all of that. Be grateful that you alone hold the key to your joy. Be grateful that you've got this and you're responsible for that. I am grateful that I am responsible for my own happiness. I got clarity. I was thinking that having my husband drive me all over the place as I demand, or doing this or doing that will give me happiness. And I found out, no, the joy is me doing me. Be grateful that you alone hold the key to your joy. My happiness comes from within. Again, sending you light and joy to go through you. That's why I send you light and joy. Share and follow others that you see that they're doing. Share what is this you did that brought you so much happiness today? What it is you did that brought you so much happiness today? Tell me. And if you can say that, it was, Tessa-Marie, I had a fabulous weekend. And I realized it. I woke up this morning and all was well in my world. Did you realize that? Did you check the temperature? Was your bed comfortable? Is that pillow you just got contributing to a better night's sleep? Like I said to Jillian, if it helps inflammation, what is inflammation? The stress on our body, in the joints. We are the ones that do it. And if we can get something to help the inflammation, it will make us more peaceful, more happier. And you take it. And if you have no energy, obviously there's one for energy that she decided I do not need, so she's not going to get it. But if you lack energy, find something to bring your energy. And when you get the energy, wonder, oh boy, look at how much I did today. I am so happy I had the energy to create today, to dance today. What is the one thing you can do in the next hour to bring you happiness? Okay, when I'm done, I will go lie on the mat, put the prickly thing at the back of my neck and slide there for 10 minutes. That's my 10 minutes between this and my next task for today. That's what we have to do. That's how we need to do it. We need to do the things that will bring me happiness. So if I stretch on the mat and relax after doing the morning blessings, I get more energized to do more. It seems as if everything falls in place. How are you going to control that things are falling in place for you? Tell me. What plans you have, or tell yourself, what do you do today? What is the one thing you can put in front of you and look at it and smile? I say, I did this. It helped me. It contributed to the person that I am today. So, if it works, but you do not like the person that delivers it, what do you do? But it works. So you separate and you take what you want and you hold it, because that's your happiness and only you can enjoy that happiness. Nobody else can. And that is why your happiness is all up to you. No one else is going to show up to give it to you. And that's why when you wake up in the morning, you need to find that tiny thing that makes you happy. What it is that makes you happy first thing in the morning. You know, what it is. Because if we do not do that, we are not going to succeed in the day that we have. And it's another day. What about this? I have another day to do better than I did yesterday. That alone is powerful. Good morning. Thank you for this day to do better than yesterday. Good morning. Thank you for the joy to flow from me to the world instead of expecting the world to give it to me. Your happiness comes from within you, not from outside of you. There isn't anything that's going to give you happiness unless you decide to take it apart and find it and pull it up. Stand for yourself. Be bold. Enjoy this. Guys, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day.